This is chapter 27. Don't think this is over. I leaned forward and held tight to October. He could still use his powers to hurt me, but anything he did would take time. And if the tower went off all the way up here, he and I would fall off. He only had a split second to act, and I bet he would think of his own safety first. He did. For the second time that night, October and I raced through the night. October flew toward the earth at a gut-wrenching speed. In a matter of seconds, the dump went from being a small circle I could cover with my hand to the only thing in my vision. October slowed as we neared the ground. I pushed off and fell the last 40 feet. My heel slammed into the ground, cutting powerful furrows as I came to a halt. Mud and snow showered into the air. I fell forward, my muscles straining against the force of gravity. I rolled to my side with no broken bones. The tower went off. A flash of light lit up the dump. Thunder crashed and the noise echoed off garbage heaps. This time I knew what to expect. I felt like someone flicking a switch. One moment I had my power, and the next moment it was gone. I replaced with the weaker one. If I had a match and could find a beat-up couch or Ligier suit in the dump, I could once again provide fire. The flash of the light had ruined my night vision, and it took a minute for my eyes to readjust to the dark. I got to my knees and took in everything around me. Charles sprinted towards the helicopter. Somehow, he'd freed himself from the tape. The giant also moved toward the helicopter. The van lay on its side, and Juanita crawled up through the driver's side window. October stepped towards me, shaking with rage. I scanned the ground, looking for my phone. I saw shards of plastic and broken circuits a few feet away. Of course, the phone wouldn't survive the fall. I fell backwards, watching in fear as October approached. But then Benny was there, pulling me to my feet, and Juanita hustled over, fierce and unafraid. I stood, and the three of us faced the villain. October seethed. You spent all this time trying to get your power, and when you finally have it, you throw it away. I stared at him, not knowing what to say. October spit out his words. You're a fool. No, Benny said. He's a superhero. I could see the hatred in October's face, but it was a calculating hatred that could wait to get revenge. As far as he was concerned, October Jones was once again in control. Don't think this is over, he said. Now, I know your name, Rafter Bailey, and believe me, that's not a good thing. Shooting one last glance at the three of us, he turned and strode to his helicopter. Benny stepped forward, but I grabbed his coat and held him back. We can't stop him, Benny said. He's nothing but an old geezer now. He has no powers. I shook my head. He's anything but an old geezer, I said. Plus, he still has that giant on his side, and who knows what kind of weapons he might have in the helicopter. Let's not push our luck. October got in the helicopter and sat behind the controls. The engines whined, and a moment later the aircraft lifted a dozen feet into the sky. The helicopter slowly turned until it was pointing at the tower. A single missile streaked across the dump, slamming into the side of the RV. It burst into flames. The fire licked the wooden tower. In another minute, the tower leaned and then crashed to the ground. The white sphere burned. Silence settled over the dump. My legs felt like rubber. It sank to the ground. The solid earth felt good. Benny stared into the sky. I couldn't read his expression. Juanita watched the tower burn, her face flickering orange and red. I lost my real power, and with the tower destroyed, I had no idea how to get it back. But in that moment, sitting in the dump with my brother and my new friend, I didn't care. Oh, I still wanted my power. Somehow, I'd figured out how to fix everything. But for now, it didn't matter, because right then, for the first time in my life, I felt almost super.